right, well, Father's Day is 3 days away, and some of you are hoping to celebrate your own Father's Day in the near future. But for parents-to-be, getting pregnant isn't as easy as it looks.
And just like celebrities struggle with infertility, too. You know, we hear the stories all the time. Now, some have even admitted to having used fertility treatments and welcomed healthy, beautiful babies in the process. Vegas headliner Celine Dion went through numerous fertility treatments before conceiving 12-year-old Renee Charles and twins Nelson and Eddie.
And Oscar-winning actress Julia Roberts and her husband Danny Moder also reportedly used IVF to conceive their twins Hazel and Phineas before naturally conceiving her third child.
Very good. All right, and Friends star Courtney Cox underwent many IVF attempts and suffered several miscarriages. Courtney was even open about being able to get but not stay pregnant before welcoming her daughter Coco Riley Arquette in May of 2004. Rachel?
And not just for celebrities. It's a common thing that many couples face. If you're having problems conceiving, you're certainly among many people out there who share your concerns. And the Fertility Center of Las Vegas really is helping out figure out so many options out there if you want to become a parent. And back with us today is one of the leading experts across the country, not just in Vegas, Dr. Bruce Shapiro. We're so lucky to have you in Southern Nevada because you guys are doing extraordinary work.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? It's like we've been talking about. If you really want to have a family, there's more choices today than even a year or 5 years ago.
That's absolutely correct. There are so many things that we can offer patients now that it's unusual for patients not to be able to walk away as a parent.
And one of the things we were talking about is we've talked about with you know, advanced maternal age, you know, women are doing careers, waiting later. You really do, the freezing of the eggs is a good option, but there's some certain guidelines there.
Yes, you know, freezing eggs has really been fantastic. We have brand new techniques that allow eggs to be frozen and then thawed with virtual impunity. So a very large percentage of the eggs will survive freezing and thawing. This allows younger women to be able to freeze their eggs, keep them stored for a long time, and then when they're ready to go ahead and get pregnant, they have the eggs available to them. So this is very useful for women who are in their late 20s, who know they're not going to be able to get pregnant until their late 30s. Well, we know by the late 30s that the eggs are not of the same quantity or quality any longer, and getting pregnant can be quite difficult and sometimes not possible with their own eggs. But if they have these frozen eggs stored, then
buy some time, right?
They do. They have the time to go on with their lives as they see fit, and then when they're ready to conceive, they have the eggs already there for them.
I love that. And also too with couples who are doing, there's so many different choices, but we were talking about with embryos, with IVF, it's interesting to talk about, we were talking about produce, but fresh or frozen. There's a little difference there, right?
Yes, it turns out paradoxically that women, if they go through IVF and they freeze the embryos after they've developed and then put them back in a thaw cycle, they can have better results than in a fresh cycle.
That's correct. Wow.
And the reason for that is because the hormones made as a byproduct of egg development sometimes spoil the uterine environment for implantation. So when we take them out of that situation and we put them into a thaw cycle, we can prepare the uterus in a perfect fashion so the likelihood of that embryo attaching to the uterine wall is optimized.
Awesome. And just really quickly, the biggest concern you wanted to address about fertility issues?
Well, the biggest concern that women have is that it's not going to work. And of course, it doesn't work in 100% of patients, but we have so many options now that nearly 100% of women can have a baby depending upon which avenue they want to pursue. But most women can become parents, and that's the really take-home message, that we have many options to make women parents.
And that's the good news. So there's many ways to do it, and Dr. Shapiro is your guy for sure. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I got to get busy. All right, you can contact, of course, Dr. Shapiro at the Fertility Center of Las Vegas. We'll have the information on our website. Monica and Jason?
Always a great conversation with Dr. Shapiro. All right, so, hey.